Welcome back to the Blowhorn Fans Cast.
Yes, welcome back indeed. Here is Brett.
And I'm Don. I'd say probably a lighter slate today, but a bit of sad slate, really.
Yeah, nothing really good. Well, when it comes to baseball...
When it comes to baseball, it's going to be depressing.
Yeah, and counting upon what fan you are in any of the other sports, it might also be depressing.
Yeah.
Truth be told, nothing too exciting overall, because things are coming to an end and things are beginning and things got delayed. Well, maybe, not quite yet.
Right.
Well, when this podcast finds out, we'll find out. With that in mind, shall we get started with talking about my favorite subject, the MLB, which slowly is becoming my least favorite subject.
Yeah. How we feel about that season?
Well, last week, right as soon as we were done recording this, news came out that said if by Monday, which is tomorrow, the 28th, if baseball does not come together to figure something out, the season will be delayed.
Yeah, so...
And now today is Sunday.
Yep.
And it's the day prior to that deadline. They met today, and nothing came out of it.
Yeah, they're probably gonna miss some time here because the MLB is more than willing to lose games and lose a season if they must to break a union.
It's so annoying to think about because players aren't getting paid, the owners aren't getting paid. They're like making any income.
It would take a massive miracle to save opening day at this point.
Yes. The crazy thing is today's meeting, the MLB barely moved.
Yeah, nothing's been checked off.
It's all money-wise, because there's a lot of other things that got checked off. Now it's the important stuff where nothing's moving.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say that
what are you talking about, Brett? The owners upped their offer on the pre-arbitration pool by $5 million.
Wow.
Now they're at 20. And the players want 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe by the time when they usually do the mid-season draft, that's what, like, the trading.
Right.
That's when we're going to finally get baseball back.
It's amazing how many great players are losing so many games over the last, 2 years here.
I know, COVID,
and then you get a shortened season because of a lockout. That's harsh.
It is harsh, and yeah, everybody is like, yeah, a lot of fans will leave and not come back. Even though, this is slightly off, but college baseball, all these great MLB fans are like, well, if I can't watch baseball, what's the next best thing? College baseball, where they actually have a lot of great players. If you ever watched college baseball, there's a kid coming up. I'm horrible with names, so I'm not going to name him. But he hit a center field home run. That's impressive.
Nice,
yeah. So they're like, wow, this guy is like MLB quality. So we're practically watching college baseball for MLB. And I'm fine with that. They're actually good, so...
They're good.
Yeah, it's like... And also, I don't really know many people, and I don't have a favorite team, so, it's a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
Especially with the player power behind it. But it still does leave a little hole, a little rift inside of me of not being able to watch the Twins play. Or the Cubs. Heck, even the Yankees. I can't get any teams. Can't watch anything.
They all hurt inside.
They all do hurt inside. It's a bummer. And I'm not even a fan of college basketball, but you've been following that pretty well.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. We had the Michigan head coach who spent the last 6 games out suspended because he'll be out actually through the end of the regular season here. So he'll be back for the Big Ten tournament, which starts March 6th.
And tell us why he's not going to be back.
Oh, he got into a bit of a scuffle, perhaps a fist went into a face.
I love how you call that a scuffle. This is a coach we're talking about.
Right, a head coach getting into a fight with an assistant on the opposing team after his team got beaten pretty roundly.
All right, you showed me the video before this. and he did get one head off. Do you think, in technicality, he won that fight? Like, he got... I don't think that made good contact. It was, like, quick, but I don't think it made good contact on the assistant coach.
I don't think it matters when you're... you lost the game by 14, so...
Well, no matter what, it's going to look like a tantrum. But, I mean, like, one-on-one, if they got in the ring, I think he won that fight. At least he won something that day because he lost a bunch of games afterwards.
Amongst other things, right? Outside of the amazingness that fight was, 6 of the top 10 teams in the country lost.
Wow. That's just impressively bad.
And South Dakota State's getting votes for top 25 now.
Yeah, get ready to do whatever you're going to do in the future.
They're 32nd in the nation right now. That's what they're ranked.
Out of how many?
Out of around like 200 something.
Look at that. Top 100, top 50.
32 means that even if they didn't win the tournament, the Summit League tournament, there's a fair case for them to get a at-large bid.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And explain what an at-large bid is to our viewers.
Basically, there's 68 teams that go to the college basketball tournament every year, right?
Yeah.
And every college conference gets one auto bid for whoever wins that conference, right?
All right.
So, I think it's 30. 30 of those bids are taken up by a college basketball conference. Their champion gets in. The other 38 spots are given to what are called at-large. Essentially, they're the 38 best teams in the country who did not win their conference.
All right.
So because of that, typically it's a lot of Power 5 schools that are just there more because of their name than how necessarily good they are. Very rarely do non-Power 5 schools. Very rarely do maybe not Power 5, but like the top 8 or so conferences pretty much take all of those spots if you don't win the tournament, right?
Oh, all right.
So like the WCC, right? Gonzaga's an absolute national powerhouse. They're number 1 in the country. They're great, right? Gonzaga usually wins the WCC tournament. But if they didn't win the WCC tournament, whether or not they win the WCC tournament, St. Mary's, out there as well, is also very good this year. And even if they didn't win the tournament, they're going to get an at-large bid, right?
All right.
Like the WCC will send 2 teams at least. Whereas something like the Summit League, South Dakota State will make it if they win the tournament, right? Because they have to.
Yeah.
But if they don't win the tournament, I still don't feel too bad because I feel like South Dakota State could potentially make it to 2 Summit League teams making it in because they're just that good. Because they closed out conference play undefeated. They'll be playing Omaha in the first round of the Summit League tournament here on Saturday.
You know, we never did make a bracket for that.
You want to do it right now?
We could probably do it at the end, and we could put it in the video on YouTube if anybody wants to see that.
Let's just do it right now.
Do it right now?
Do it right now.
All right.
I'll pull up the actual conference so you can see who's when I mention them. All right. So, UND did not qualify for the tournament.
Bummer.
So, it'll be South Dakota State versus Omaha in a 1-8 game. South Dakota State was, of course, 18-0 in conference play, 27-4 overall. They'll play Omaha, who went 4-14 in the conference and is 5-24 on the season.
I just think it's going to be a blowout. Omaha's just going to dominate. It just seems like it.
Yeah, no. So South Dakota State will definitely advance, right? Then we have Kansas City and South Dakota playing each other. Kansas City and South Dakota, 12-6, 11-7, 19-11, 18-11. If we look at their... Not that. So Kansas City, 75 points per game, 67 points allowed, not very good, 31 rebounds per game, 13 assists. This is pretty bad. Just everything about it. South Dakota, though, very similarly bad, although they're rebounding more per game. They're getting a worst assist. They're doing worse in assists. They're doing Tidge better scoring, but they've got a significantly worse defense. I'd say Kansas City wins this one.
All right.
What do you feel?
Let's see here. Let's go back. I want to see both of their names. I'm going to just roll a die.
The Roos, like the Kangaroos?
Yeah, the Roos.
And the Coyotes.
Ooh, Roo always beats a Coyote.
Yeah, the
10-1.
Kansas City beat South Dakota a few days back by 9.
I think people are going to realize why I never win these brackets is because I just usually pick things out of random. Like North Dakota State versus Denver.
It's going to be the Bison.
You think it's going to be the Bison?
For sure. The Bison are a pretty good team, and Denver's...
I say Denver. Look at that. Their conference, 7-11. That's lucky numbers. You see them everywhere. I think they're going to luck out and win by 3.
Okay. When they played last, they lost by 8.
Yeah, they're going to turn around. I want to see if these just random predictions work. It's like if I had a dartboard, what?
North Dakota State got into a fight with Oral Roberts.
Why?
Oh.
And we've got a Donnybrook here on full the right here. The coaches have got to get this under control.
You see, this is the opposite of the Michigan game where the players started it. How they usually go.
Oh, he's going around. He's going around. He's coming back to fight.
Jesus
he got tackled.
Dude. You need to fucking chill.
Was that a staff member that tackled him?
Yes.
I think that staff member deserves to be on a football team.
Just go to the locker room. Just go to the locker room.
Who started that?
The Oral Roberts #1.
I love the fact the band was still playing.
Boo, Oral Roberts.
Oh,
did you get hurt because you being idiots?
I don't know why, but
did he get hurt being an idiot?
His face is bleeding.
Yeah.
Wow, that staff member took him down, tackled him, and made him bleed. That staff member, I don't know if he gets a pay raise or a pay cut from that.
Well, Oral Roberts will play Western Illinois in the 3-6 game, so Oral Roberts, Western Illinois is competitive, but Oral Roberts should win that.
Yeah.
And so then we'll have a rematch in the semifinals of the Summit League.
Ooh, just think of that type of fight.
Oh, dude, that'd be hype. I imagine we're going to see SDSU versus NDSU in the title game here, where South Dakota probably rolls.
All right. And then it's March Madness, right?
Yes. So all of the conference tournaments will be done by March 13th, and I believe March 14th is the selection Saturday, where they pick the whole tournament, like, seed it all.
All right.
And then you have a week, I think it is, to set your lineups. Set your brackets.
It sounds like we both agree that SDSU wins this, just no matter what.
Yeah, South Dakota State should win it. It'll be an upset if they don't.
Yeah, Denver goes all the way, and then just gets absolutely obliterated in March Madness.
No.
That's if Denver got all the way that far, they'd get
crapped on in the tournament.
Just imagine, like, Denver somehow pulls magic out of thin air. It's like Angels in the Outfield, the movie, where they just, like, go from horrible to great.
Hey, man.
And they just somehow win. But in the final game, that's where their magic, like, gets removed, and it's like 110-0, then we Looney Tunes this, and then they come back and win somehow.
That was a long story.
What?
I lost the thread of where those references were going.
It was a great reference. I tied like 2 movies together.
Angels in the Outfield
and the Looney Tunes. Yeah, the Michael Jordan one, the first one.
Oh, the
Space Jam. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't drop Space Jam, so you probably got lost.
Yes.
But Looney Tunes really should have just got you back on track.
Nah.
Looney Tunes aren't in Space Jam.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Everyone knows that was the Powerpuff Girls.
No, Powerpuff Girls aren't. Yeah, they're owned by Warner Brothers, aren't they?
They're Cartoon Network. Whoever owns Cartoon Network. I think that's Time Warner.
I think so, too.
Yeah, so I think so. They could be.
So technically, they could have been in the same universe.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this? We're supposed to be talking about sports.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, who got us off track?
I don't know.
I think it's you. You're the one who brought up Looney Tunes.
Damn, dude. The Sunbelt's ending pretty early. Sunbelt's going to be done by... The Sunbelt tournament's going to be done by Monday.
Really? 2 days from now?
Well, like...
Oh, so that's the 7th Monday, so a week from now.
Yeah, essentially... I mean, not the next episode we do, but the one after it. It'll already be done.
Cool.
Ohio Valley will be done before we even record next time.
Wow. We're going to have to, like, change these recording schedules. We're going to be, like, all types of...
Damn, dude, I'm excited.
You're excited about March Madness coming up right here?
I am. I always enjoy it.
I feel like everybody's always excited about March Madness. It's, like, the only time I'm actually slightly interested in basketball. I'm still not very interested, but I'm more interested in this than NBA.
See, among the top 10 teams that lost last night, St. Mary's beat Gonzaga.
Really?
Yes. Number 1 Gonzaga. Taking in fat L.
What else is there for college basketball? Anything? Those were the main points, I believe.
That was the main stuff. There's just a few things that happened outside of that. But, I don't know. I think nothing too insane. Besides, you know, the top 6 of the top 10, a.k.a. these top 6 schools all lost. Gonzaga, Arizona, Auburn, Purdue, Kansas, Kentucky all took L's. And Texas Tech at number 9 lost, so 7 of the top 10 lost. Dude, it's going to be fun having it. That March Madness is going to be fun. All right.
So up next we had the Olympics for our list.
Yes.
Because that is still a more movement sport. The Olympics have ended officially.
Yep.
Truth be told, I did not watch the closing ceremony. I feel as though after the Super Bowl, after me and you watched the what did we watch? The bobsled, monobob?
The women's monobob.
Yes, after we watched that, you know how many nights I turned on the Olympics?
1.
2. So I've only watched a little bit more figure skating and a little bit more snowboarding and skiing, half-pipe skiing. But overall, I didn't really... Oh, some curling too. When I went home, I watched curling with my parents. So otherwise, I didn't watch much of the Olympics. Did you know they have reruns of the Olympics? Like days after the Olympics are done?
I did not, actually.
Yeah, I went to the bar and was just chilling, having nice dinner. I look up, I'm like, didn't the Olympics end like 5 days ago? They were still playing in the Olympics, so are we that like low on sports? Or does nobody up here really watch anything?
I have no idea what to tell you, man. That's weird.
That is weird. Like, who has reruns of the Olympics going on?
That's a weird sport to just be like, sporting event to be like, yeah, let's just run it back.
Yeah, because I was like, I saw this one actually. Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. Whew.
So yeah, that was probably the craziest thing that actually happened while watching the Olympics was that. But most news, there wasn't actually anything crazy after the last time we talked.
Yeah.
You know, some people won, lost, but there was like nothing really big because we talked about all the scandals.
Yep.
And there weren't really any after that. Any big ones anyway.
Yeah, no, nothing too notable.
So, yeah, the biggest one was the drug scandal with oh my gosh, I forgot her name, the Russian skier. Valencia? Was that her name?
Something like that.
I'm horrible at
Big
remembering names.
L for the United States with this Olympics, though.
Truth be told, we never are really good, but we went from second, I believe we were second or third
Fat
when we
L.
talked, and where we ended in
Fourth.
fourth.
We finished 4th.
Yeah, but I do have a question for you. Actually, let's give the medal count first.
First off, Norway led the way with 16 golds and 37 total medals.
But it's always winter there, so that's fine.
Germany was second with 12 golds and 27 medals. China got 9 golds and 15 medals. And the United States had 8 golds, 25 medals. Sweden and Netherlands also managing 8 golds with 18 and 17 total medals.
Now, I have a question for you. So, I don't know who counts these. Like, they're like, this person won. Do we only count golds? But that's like we should do like a number count.
Basically, the way they do it is that it's golds is the first one, and then any ties are decided by your total medal count.
I almost think we should have like a numbering system. Like golds are worth 5 points, silver's 3, and then bronze is 1.
If you just did total medals, just without breaking it down like that, because I don't want to do the math right now.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. No.
Just total medals. Norway had 37. Then the ROC. aka fake Russia, had 32, then 27 from Germany and 25 from the US. We're still actually we're 5th because Canada had 26.
Yeah.
Canada had 26 medals, only got 4 golds. They landed 14 bronze.
That's why I said we should have like I wouldn't do the math now, but just do the numbering system, because like just think if somebody only did good in, well, I guess golds are pretty impressive, but like had a huge number of goals, but just were trash in everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
But because I hear some countries do brag afterwards, like, oh, I won the Olympics, but then they don't have all the. And then I'm like, did you win? Is that winning?
Did you win?
Who's counting this? I mean, like the Olympic Committee. I think as soon as the Olympics are done, they're like, cool, man, that's cool. Let's go do the Paralympics, and that's something.
It's thing, right?
Yeah, so I feel like, but these Olympics were okay. This is probably the most I've ever watched a Winter Olympics, so.
Yeah, so.
Other than that, do you have any comments about these Olympics?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
It was a Winter Olympics.
I feel like a lot of people don't watch it.
US disappointed me, not finishing top 3. That's what I with the summer games, it's about finishing number 1. With the winter ones, it's like finish top 3.
Truth be told,
because we all know Norway's gonna win this thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
After that, it's like.
Truth be told, we probably would have if that bad streak didn't happen to what's her name, the female Olympic skier who wiped out.
Oh yeah.
Because she probably would have got gold in a couple of those.
Probably.
But something happened this year. Bad luck, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, yeah, after the last time we talked,
Yeah, so I suppose we'll...
Paralympics, just mention it.
Yeah, Paralympics, it
exists. I've actually never watched the Paralympics.
The only things I know about the Paralympics is the guy that murdered his wife.
Oh my goodness.
And then the Spanish basketball team from the...
yes, that scandal from...
I think it was the 2004 Olympics, or the 2000 Olympics.
I remember when you figured that out, you had to tell me right away.
Yeah, because it's insane. They didn't cheat a little bit. 10 guys on the team, and 8 of them weren't disabled. You have the whole lineup, and you have your bench, like, ready to roll.
That's just so wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, they are literally the reason why the Paralympics doesn't do, like, mentally disabled categories anymore.
Wow. Just think, exploiting that and just trying to be fine with it.
That's insane.
I think the only other thing I know about the Paralympics is, remember that ad going on during the Olympics, the two brothers, or maybe it was the Super Bowl where they showed the 2 brothers skiing, cross country skiing.
I don't.
One of them has a vision impairment. No. Wow.
Not ringing a bell.
It really talked to me, and apparently you just like, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the Paralympics. So.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So NASCAR, vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom. All right. So Daytona, who won?
Austin Cindric won. First guy to ever drive car number 2 and win the Daytona 500. There's a fun fact for you.
Wow.
He's from Team Penske. Penske's last win at Daytona was Joey Logano in 2015. It's back-to-back years for Ford winning it. Just genuinely, and most importantly, that's the dude's first career win.
Oh, that's great. Sadly, not for my fantasy, because now I'm in 7th, but I can change my name now because I used to be going for 8th, because last season I was always in 9th.
Right.
But now I'm in 7th, so I have to change my name for going for 6th.
But yeah, Austin Cindric, it was only his 9th career race, and it was his first career win. You gotta respect the hustle.
Gotta respect it indeed.
He literally got the full-time driving seat here because Brad Klawowski left Penske Racing.
Oh,
So he
yeah?
had an open seat. Good for them, right? A win at Daytona, and they finished just outside the top 10 at the Wise Power 400, the other race that happened since the last time we recorded here. There, we watched Kyle Larson win from Hendrick Motorsports.
Yes. I thought I had him in on my fantasy league bench, but I took him off because I didn't. How the fantasy works, you can only race the driver 10 times, and then they're done for the whole season.
Gotcha.
So I didn't want to waste them.
Right.
Yeah, I should have raced him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely should have. He,
I would have been 6th.
Yeah, he's the defending champion.
You wouldn't believe how many how good everybody else is at that fantasy, because that's all they love is NASCAR. Because you can see where I'm at. I have 135 points. What does the person in first place have?
That is 211.
Yes, yeah, he won last year too.
Nice.
So, but hey, I am further ahead than I was last year.
Yeah. This second race here, this Wise Power 400, they've only been driving this since 97.
Really?
Yeah, it used to be the California 500. Then it became the, Auto Club 400 or whatever when they lowered it. But
all right.
But I do remember it being called the California 500 because all of my NASCAR games I have was called that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's crazy how many, if you play old games, they just have different names that really confuse you. Different rules, too.
Yep.
I played a recent, new NASCAR game recently, and that's the only reason why I know certain things about NASCAR.
Yep.
I don't really watch it, because have you ever sat down and watched a full NASCAR game?
No, that's like 4 hours.
It's a great nap. You nap, you watch the first, 50 laps.
And you watch the last,
50 laps. Yep. And you nap the rest of
300, yeah.
You take a solid nap.
Yeah, Kyle Larson though. The win there was his second win at the track. He won back in 2017 as well. Back when he was running with Chip Ganassi Racing. He's now with Hendrick, of course. This race also took forever.
It took forever?
There was a lot of cautions. It went 3 hours, 3 minutes, 7 seconds. That is the longest race they've done there since 2014.
Did you know Elliott was mad at Larson? Probably because of that?
It's the longest they've had since 2014. It's the second longest race they've had there since it went down to being a 400 instead of a 500 lap course.
That's an insane little... Just think about driving that long at that speed. It's
gotta be exhausting.
Yes, because it's not like you're just cruising down the highway.
The average speed for this win, this win in California here was 114 miles an hour. That is the slowest average speed ever in the race.
Really?
Yes. The previous low had been 132. That was back in 2008.
All right. You know what I never understood is how the teams work in NASCAR.
I couldn't tell you. I'm honestly not positive how teams work.
Because there are teams that you can actually pick which team would win in fantasy NASCAR. I think that was the last year thing. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. And I think that's another reason why Chase Elliott was mad, is him and Larson on the same team.
Psych.
Yeah, so he blocked aggressively and late on purpose, which made Chase Elliott mad. But don't a bunch of people also really dislike Chase Elliott?
Yeah. No, Chase Elliott? Chase Elliott's the one everyone likes.
Oh, okay, then.
Because his dad was Bill Elliott.
Oh, okay,
Everyone
yes.
loved Bill Elliott.
Yes.
The fucking... Guess where they're going? Next time we're recording. Guess where they're going to race?
Where?
They're going to Vegas. It's the Pennzoil 400. I love the Vegas race.
Are you going to watch that race?
I will. If it's on regular TV, I will watch it.
I think it's usually on regular TV.
It's usually on Fox, I think. Because I'm pretty sure they bought the rights recently.
I cannot remember. All I remember is since my dad has that fantasy league with everybody else at his job, they all sit around, like, he'll have it on TV and we'll watch it.
I
and
guess Fox
sleep.
and NBC share NASCAR.
Oh, look at that. So you have a chance of watching it.
I mean, those are both the channels they get. So.
Yeah. You can watch the game and be
watch at
like,
least some of it. Yeah.
well, you can watch the first 50 laps.
In the last 50
laps and take a solid nap in between.
Yeah. That's it's gonna be on Fox. Start at 3:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. Truth be told.
That's fine. You know, it'd be great
What?
if they got rid of their fucking garbage playoff system and just went back to doing a season long. Who has the most points wins.
Yeah, I forgot about the.
Yeah.
Literally everything is so confusing for NASCAR. For me.
Yeah, well, you know why they fucking changed it?
Why?
Because I believe it was Matt Kenseth won a championship without having a single race win during the year.
All right.
He didn't win a single race, but he had the best average finish. And he accumulated the most points.
So he won.
Yeah, because he was consistently good. He just didn't win. And so he won the season title, and then they were like, we can't let someone without a race win be the champion. Fat.
It does sound wrong if you think about it, though.
It sounds wrong on the surface, and then you hear like, oh, he was, on average, the best racer every week. He should have been the champion.
But hey, he won that year, though.
He did.
At least they didn't put an asterisk by his name.
Let me look. Make sure it's who I was thinking of. Yeah, he won in 2003. He had 25 top 10s and 11 top 5s that year. Okay. So he was a consistently great racer the entire year. He just didn't win it, you know?
Yeah, he didn't get, did he place in the top 3, or?
I'm just telling you, 11 top 5s, 25 top 10s.
Okay.
Nobody else had more than... Next in top 10s was Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, who both had 20 top 10s, so 5 fewer right there. And top 5s, there were people with more top 5s than him. Jeff Gordon with that 15. Plus Gordon had 3 wins. But he came 237 points behind. Alright. Kenseth finished with 5,022, and Jimmy Johnson was second with 90 back. Basically, Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson were the two who could have won it going into that last race. Barring, something catastrophic happening to one of their cars, right?
That seems like how a lot of people just get ahead, is something like that.
Because if something catastrophic had happened to both of their vehicles, right, Kenseth and Johnson, then I think mathematically Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon would have been alive, but or Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon would have been alive, right? But realistically, it was going to be either Kenseth or Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
Man, I liked when they called it the Winston Cup, too. That's just a good, clean name.
I think you're acting like one of those nostalgia people, even though you never have, nostalgia of NASCAR.
I'm a NASCAR boomer.
Everything
back in my day,
when
they
I still
drove
didn't watch
fast
NASCAR
without limiters, and they died. That was a real man sport.
Yeah, back in your day, they still put moonshine in their vehicles.
Damn right they did.
Have you ever thought about the beginning of NASCAR, how it happened, and now it's literally a thing?
Oh, by the way, Chase Elliott has been voted the most popular driver 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it also say who the least favorite, or?
It doesn't, but
No.
I imagine it's probably Joey Logano. Dude's got no friends. Yeah, wow. Why did they even do the most popular driver award? Just gonna be honest.
I don't know, what other awards are you gonna give them?
I'm just saying, since 1984, there's exactly 5 people who have won that award. You've got Chase Elliott with 4. Dale Earnhardt Sr. won it the year he died.
Oh.
Darrell Waltrip won it twice. And then Bill Elliott won it almost his entire career. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. won it almost his entire career.
It just shows who the favorites are so that every other racer can realize how unfavorited they are.
Yeah, just know that if you fuck with any of the popular dudes, you're probably gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, but hey, if you think about it, if whoever it wins that award just shows like who you can buy stuff from, like you could buy Elliot's banner and stick it in people's yards.
You can.
Yeah, that's what my brother did.
Why?
So there's a guy at my family job like that they go to who loves NASCAR, but he loves this one guy a lot. So they thought it'd be funny to get flags from other teams or other racers, and they started sticking them in his front yard.
That's awesome.
And my brother was like, yeah, I don't actually know when I'm supposed to put it in his yard because he wakes up at like 3 in the morning and his wife is up till like 2 in the morning. So there's no time to just put that flag banner in his yard. And it was funny because when he finally tried to figure it out, he walked up, placed it, and then the lights came on in the house and he went sprinting out and he did something wrong.
What the hell? That's wild.
That banner is still in his yard. But he organized it because he said how my brother set it in the yard looked ugly.
Nice.
That's literally the only reason why I know NASCAR. Alright, anything else about NASCAR, Don?
I do not think so.
Alright, any honorable mentions?
I don't have any honorable mentions to throw your way.
Because everything seems somewhat normal in the regular sports world.
Feels somewhat normal in the regular sports world.
Because, hockey is just doing hockey.
Hockey's doing hockey. Football's doing football.
Well, football's done.
Well, yeah, but there's an off season, where things are happening. Packers have been clearing a lot of cap space, in particular.
Yeah, we'll probably do something about that once everything is starting to get finalized.
Well, yeah, we'll probably do it when free agency is about to open up.
Which is...
not right now.
I'm not very good at times.
The draft is in April. Free agency opens before it.
So we're looking at sometime in April? Probably.
No, we're probably looking at later March.
Later March.
They haven't switched the Viking, or the Viking subreddit usually tracks it. Here we go. You can start talking to essentially free agency will open March 16th.
Okay.
So if free agency opens March 16th, that means it will open on a Wednesday. So probably not this next podcast, but the one after it. We'll probably talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, and then baseball, nothing will happen until something happens.
Yeah, but we'll probably still talk about it.
Of course, because what else will I talk about? College baseball, because you know who's going to watch that in the meantime, because he's going to have withdrawals if...
He's going to be sad and lonely on his couch.
Yeah.
Staring at it with his bucket of ice cream.
When will baseball start? Like, I'm going to act like...
Twins? Where's the twins?
I'm going to act like I just got, like, in a horrible breakup. I'm going to let myself go.
Yay.
Me and baseball broke up.
Yeah.
I'll be crying every day.
It's a real sad day.
I might have to get into cricket.
Yuck. But, yeah, maybe.
You know, it's like the rebound. That's cricket.
Interesting.
Cricket is my rebound from baseball.
Hey, the Vikings took a Packers coach.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at all of their new coaching hires because we brought in a new coaching staff, and our new linebackers coach was the Packers linebacking coach.
Oh no!
Yeah, so we got him from now. That's pretty nice.
All right, and then let's see here. What other sports are we missing? Well, soccer doesn't exist.
Soccer doesn't exist. NBA sucks. I don't even have to say NBA doesn't exist. NBA just sucks. Nobody goes... The NBA is built to have highlight moments just due to the number of games it has and the clickability of it, right? But
yeah. You know what I saw? Remember when we talked about where we totally put a new baseball team?
Yes.
You know what I saw on Twitter like a few days ago?
What?
Where would you put a new baseball team at? And this guy drew a big circle around the Colorado Rockies, and he's like, look at this void. It's just the Rockies, and then there's just this huge empty space until you hit other teams. Yeah. It's a weird void, but then also you realize there's really nothing out there. So. That's why I said Montana. Still not revoking my comment. Montana, Toronto. I mean, not Toronto. Vancouver.
Ooh, Vancouver.
Yeah,
Okay, Vancouver's not bad.
Yeah. We need Canadian team.
I still feel like Portland's a good spot, and Nashville's a good spot.
Ooh, here's a better idea. Let's just ruin everybody's day. Let's put one in London. And you're going to be like, Brett, why one in London? So that the World Series is actually the World Series.
Okay, that's the same as... First off, there's a team in Canada already.
Canada doesn't exist.
Oh my god, then why are you trying to put a team in Vancouver?
Because I need to cover up my tracks somehow.
Oh my god.
I made a mistake, now I have to double down.
That's the level of bad that it is that some people I saw online were suggesting that we play a Super Bowl in Germany or London.
Yes, I think you've mentioned that before.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna wake up at like noon for a Super Bowl over here? That 10 a.m. on the West Coast?
That'd be horrible.
Breakfast Super Bowl.
Let's have a team.
Munich. Munich is getting, I believe right now the theory right now is that it's sounding like Buccaneers Chiefs is going to be the first game played in Germany.
Really?
Yep.
Is that going to be like first few weeks or the first week or second week?
It'll be during the international series, I assume. So it'll probably be like weeks 6 to like 12. I think they usually do that.
Yeah. Let's just put a team in like random countries in Europe. And each country can be considered like a U.S. state because they're like the size of a U.S. state. And we're going to have a bunch of teams with a bunch of different languages. And it's just going to be a whole mess in the time zone thing. And it's just going to be like a great thing to watch. And I'm sure everybody will wake up at like 4 a.m. to watch a baseball game that's happening in Germany.
No. Just no.
Yeah, that's time changes.
Time changes. That's yep.
Yeah, let's make a one universal time where it really still wouldn't help anyone.
Yeah. Did you know all of China is in the same time zone?
Yes.
I mean, not actually, but like China just considers themselves all one time zone.
One, it works, but also two, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because
I think it technically should have 4, like the continental U.S. But so basically, like, the western part of that country is getting screwed.
It's kind of like when you look at the United States and there's, like, random states that, like, just fold over.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about Arizona? How they have, like, their time zone change with,
About daylight savings?
Yeah, daylight savings. And isn't it, like, Utah or something that's, like, a half hour different? Like, one little section of Utah?
Yeah, I think so.
Why are we on time zones? We're supposed to talk about sports. Why am I getting off track tonight?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, other than hypotheticals, I don't really see much else going on in the in the sports world.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably see a lot more about sports next week. We'll probably talk more NASCAR. Because I'm enjoying our NASCAR talks, honestly. Probably talk NASCAR and petty bullshit from them.
The petty stuff from MLB because
baseball.
Because the games will officially supposed to start, which means even more sour moods are coming out because people are already really mad at the owners.
We'll probably talk some college basketball.
Of course. I'll try to bring some college baseball to the plate because
sounds good.
That is the replacement.
Yeah. Those 4 sound like pretty quality hits.
Pretty good.
And then the week after that, we'll talk some football again.
That's when they start bringing out the news?
This coming week is whatever week, right, for football. It's just this is like the deadest or the dead part of the season for football. And then next week, it'll be the Wednesday leading up after we record, right? That free agency will open, so we'll do like a free agency preview.
All right, things are getting exciting.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later, but for the coming week, baseball, college basketball, NASCAR, and the 4th one that you said. Because I know you said the 4 things, but I can't remember what the other sport was.
You said
College baseball. College baseball.
I was like, it's baseball, Don.
Hey, college baseball. We're going to talk about them.
Hopefully we do get one game of baseball
Stanford Cardinals. And, what's another school out there? UCLA Bruins.
I don't know what their mascots are, but I know what the schools are. I'm excited to see where this goes, but I really hope we get an official MLB game by the next episode. But odds of that are slim.
We'll see.
We'll see. But that was a beautiful time talking with you, Don. It was a beautiful time. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow. Mention it to your friends, family. Maybe you got back to your significant other that you insulted weeks back.
Yeah.
But please.
They finally let you back in. You're still listening to this because you make poor life choices. That's where you are. You're stuck now.
You are invested. You can't back out now. It's decided.
Goodbye, farewell, and amen.
See you next week. Amen.